another episode of the Richard Lewis Show. I'm your host, Richard Lewis. In the background somewhere is Sam and a guest. Yes, a guest this episode. And we're not talking about gambling. We're leaving that in the past, right? Because no doubt it's going to come up again. There's going to be other people in the future. But we had some breaking news today, which was about this gentleman's organization, Splyce. They've thrown together a crazy fucking team. A team that makes no fucking sense on paper. So Davey, who is the man that's here, he's come on to explain it and a whole lot more over the next hour or so. So Davey, first of all, mate, great to get you on the show. You're probably a player that not a lot of people know about because, first of all, you're Canadian, so you're naturally unassuming and constantly apologizing.
Am I Canadian? Am I?
Yeah.
Am I? Well,
yeah, there you go. There it is. You had me fucking guessing that. I thought, have I fucked this up all night?
Yeah, it's hard to tell for sure, but...
So you're Canadian, and of course you've played in some kind of lower level organisations. So you've had quite an interesting rise to the top, and I would say Splyce are up there in NA right now. But this is the breaking news. Let's talk about the team that you've announced today. Just for everybody at home, tell me the players that you've picked up and why you've highlighted these particular players to play for Splyce.
Yeah, sure. So we picked up Machine Gun from the Mongols. We picked up Crucial from Lowland Lions, and we picked up Asilian from the XSK team. The reason why we picked these players, we did a really intense interview process of players that we wanted to get. We watched I don't know, I can't even tell you how many demos I've watched in the last 3 or 4 weeks. Pretty much we decided on these players. Crucial is an insane op talent. Actually just insane. It's crazy how good this guy's going to be. I'm telling you, he is going to be one of the best players. Better. And Mixwell's great. Don't get me wrong. I love all those Optic guys. I'm all really close friends with them because they're a Canadian team, right? So, we're all pretty good friends. Stanislaw is actually the first player I ever played Counter-Strike with, which is kind of an interesting thing not many people know.
That's a baptism of fire for anybody.
I know, right? So. But Crucial is insanely skilled. Machine Gun, I don't know how many people know a lot about him. He's kind of been hyped in the Asian scene a lot.
Yeah, well, that's been the thing, right? Everyone's been hyping this guy, saying this guy is a great natural talent. We were all expecting to see it when we thought the Mongols were going to be able to go to MLG, and they obviously weren't able to. They had visa problems.
And then we were, and then we went in place of them. So, it worked out pretty well for us. So, we decided to go with him. We watched tons of demos with him. We talked to him. And, a big thing for us is when we're talking to players, we want to see how motivated they are, right? We want to see when we're talking to them, we ask you, what are your goals? What do you want to accomplish with this team? What do you feel like you haven't accomplished yet that you want to, right? All these things like that. And with him, it's we used to talk about this a lot, and it's still a big thing for the Brazilian teams, right? When they came to North America originally, they were playing for their livelihoods, right? For me right now, if my career tanks, right, and I'm done, I start playing terrible, my team cuts me, all this shit happens, all this bad stuff happens, I can just there's a university 5-10 minutes away that I can go to, right, and I can restart my life, right? And I'm still living where I'm living. I'm still with my I still have everything. It's not as big of a thing for the Brazilian guys. This is their life. They moved not really across the world, but far away from their homes to pursue this dream of theirs. And so they are so motivated. They put in so much effort to their job, and that's why they became as good as they are, from just so much work and so much effort that they weren't going to let anyone be better than them, right? And with Machine Gun, it was the same thing. This guy was I swear, obviously we're paying him pretty good. Don't get me wrong, but I swear he would have came for free. If we didn't offer him any money and just said, look, come live here, we'll pay for you to live here, we'll pay for your food, and you can just play it, he would have done it. He was that motivated. He wanted to do this so bad, right? It's such a great opportunity for him that he was so motivated. He wants to win so bad. We know he's going to put so much effort into this team. And all of that, plus how much skill he has, and his skill ceiling is so high, all those things together was just him and Joey were the exact same. Crucial was the same way. When we asked him, hey, would you be interested in coming to North America, blah, blah, he was like, yes, this is a dream of mine. This is what I want to do with my life.
Are you ever worried that these players might just be saying that because, hey, it's like I've said, one of the things that's kind of happened naturally because of this growth of Counter-Strike is there's a lot of players that wouldn't ordinarily get salaries, good salaries, living salaries. Yeah. That can now because everyone's looking to try and get a CS team to basically promote their organization. So, I've heard a lot of people say, oh, like, yeah, this is the dream. I totally want to play in NA. But obviously the reality is like, NA is a bit of a clusterfuck at the best of times. You ever a little bit worried, picking up these dudes from overseas?
To be honest, no. Like there were some players who we talked to where you could kind of tell that was their motivation, right? Like just go to NA,
don't
get a nice paycheck.
Come on, you gotta tell me, man.
No, I'm not going to tell you. I can't tell you who it was. Out of respect for those players and their orgs, I'm not going to tell you the specific players, but there was definitely players. Yeah, after we'll talk about it after. But where you could tell it was just like, yeah, I mean, if you give me 9K, I'll come, right? And it was just like, well, okay, well, fuck you too, that's just not something that we're interested in. We wanted players who really wanted to come and wanted to win. I'll tell you, Asilian from the XSK roster actually took a slight pay cut to come play with
I was going to say, that dude just wanted to get back in because me and Asilian talked actually after he left the old SK team, and he said, I was like having to be the in-game leader at times, like I never got to show my true level in that team, and I know that my stock is at an all-time low, and it's like super similar to what happened to Pimp. Pimp was in that Dignitas team. MSL's like, listen, motherfucker, you're AWPing. What the fuck? I ain't never done that. Well, you guess what? You're doing it.
Hey, I did that too, man. I was
I remember. You did actually all right, though.
I did okay.
So, Cillian was just desperate to get into a team, because he knew that the next move, it could be his last, He might not get that opportunity again. So I'm super happy, actually, he fell on his feet. And it must have been pretty recent. That must have happened quite recently. Like, I know Garrett showed me talks with Machine Gun at, was it Gfinity? I think. And he said, hey.
No, it wouldn't have been Gfinity. It would have been maybe the minor or major qualifier.
Yeah, maybe actually. All these events blur into fucking one,
Yeah, I know.
He showed me and he's like, Dad, what do you think of this? This is what we're trying to set up. And I'm like, yeah, let's fucking... Yeah. That'd be baller if you made that happen. But the Asilian thing just happened recently, right?
Yeah, the Asilian thing did happen really recently. The original plan, so I will talk about just briefly, it really, really sucked to have to cut the players that we did. Like, I've been playing on the team with Jason R for over 2 years now, excluding like a month or two break here and there. For the most part, like 2.5 years, me and him have been playing on a team together, And same with Abe. Abe is legitimately the nicest person you will ever meet in your entire life. Like, just the most legitimate, nice person ever. And they're both good players, and it really, really sucked to have to do that. Those guys are like family to me. They still are,
Who told them?
It was actually Arya who did it. He felt like... No, I talked to them after. Like, Arya felt like it was his responsibility as team captain to do the cutting, right? Like, that's what he felt like it was his job to do that. So he did it, and then afterwards I talked to them, and we had our sort of, goodbyes, and it was really sad, honestly. Like, I got really emotional about it because those guys have been like family to me. Abe, I've been on a team with him for like 17 months now or something like that, something crazy, like a long time. And so that was really tough to do. But after the last major qualifier where we went out after going 1-3, it was really it was sort of it was a decision that we felt like had to happen, right? We felt like, look, we're plateaued right now.
So where was the bottleneck then? Why? Because I always felt you guys, like, what frustrated me about Splyce, and look, I've always been straight with you guys about my opinion about the team, was that you literally would have these incredible results 1 minute and then the next. So just when you would start to back Splyce and be like, these guys are the real deal, they're going to step up, this is their time, you would then lose like some ridiculous game in ridiculous circumstances. And you just
believe me, I know.
Yeah, like
we had like an ongoing joke within the team that was like in rounds when we'd be up like 2v5 or like or 5v2 or whatever, we would just start saying to each other, all right, guys, let's find a way to lose this one. And it was how most teams say, like, all right, play safe now, no one push. We would just say, find a way to lose, because like it was like the same thing, but we would say it in a way like almost as a joke, like, oh my god, we always fucking lose these, please just don't lose this now.
If I say that we're gonna lose, we won't lose.
Exactly, right? Like, not, it was just like, we even coined it like class. Oh, that's a fucking classic Splyce round right there. Like, and we couldn't understand. Like, we did put in effort, and we were trying hard, and we were motivated, and we just, for some reason, we couldn't find consistency with that 5, right? Like, we couldn't. There would be games where days Abe would drop 35 fucking kills, and then the next game he would have like 10, and then and it was just like, and it would happen with all of us, and we just couldn't find consistency within that team. Some days, Professor Chaos, I know you guys love to hate on Andrew, but honestly, he's such a smart guy, and there'd be days.
No, hey, look, I've heard that he's a great teammate.
He is.
I've heard
fantastic.
He's a smart guy.
Yeah,
but you'll never sell me as a player.
And that's fine.
You'll never do it.
That's fine. There was days where Andrew was just a god of Counter-Strike. Like, he'd be flicking around, two-tapping everyone. You'd be like, "Oh my god, Andrew!" And he's just like, I don't know. And he's a really weird guy, but I love him. And anyways, so.
Well, yeah. He's the coach now, obviously.
Yeah, he's the coach now because he's honestly so smart. He knows so much about the game. He knows how to play proper Counter-Strike, and we definitely he's gonna help us a lot as a coach.
As long as he doesn't start telling you how to do a fucking mouse setup, do your sensitivity setup and all that, then I think you're gonna be okay.
He strategically lowered his sensitivity over the last few months. I think he's down to like 3 point something now. Like, he's way down now.
He finally listened. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
He's played like that all his fucking career, like so.
Yeah, no, he's amazing.
But I look again. The team to me did have this potential. I did identify Professor Chaos as being an issue within the team. Like, I know obviously there were certain strategies you guys would employ, which would have me tearing my hair out. Like, for example, on Inferno, you just sit in the house every round with the fucking Mag 7, and when he gets those 2 or 3 kills, it's brilliant because it does boost the economy. You can drop guns for people, but he was just doing it round after round after round. It's quite an easy strategy to kind of find out. I mean, you don't even necessarily need to be reliant on pushing apps all the time, round after round. So it kind of felt like it was just frustrating to watch. And then, as you say, you would have stuff where it would be like Aria, people were coming out, other pros, right, who's still with you, right? And they'd be like, this guy's the next fucking... This guy's going to be legit. He's one of the most rounded players in the US.
Yeah, he is for sure.
And he would be up and down and all. So I could never tell which Splyce was going to turn up, like, ever.
We couldn't either, honestly. Like, it was, we couldn't, we tried for so long. Like I said, months and months and months to try to figure out the problems and work on it. And we tried mixing up everyone's roles. Like, I swear, I was the lurker, then I was the entry fragger, then I was like the support player, then I was the opper, then I was back to lurking again. Like, we switched everyone around so much, and we tried everything, and then eventually got to a point where it's like, okay, we cannot try anything else, right? Like, the only thing we can do now is make changes. And we had talked to Marty, the owner of Splyce, who's been just unbelievably awesome through this whole thing. We go to him and we're like, look, Marty, we have to make changes. He's like, yeah, I know. Like, this is something that, needs to be done. We've tried, blah, blah, all this stuff. So what do you guys want to do? Right. And so me and Arya and Marty, hours and hours and hours of Skype calls. And we're talking, and originally our plan was to like try some young players from North America, like really young players. Like, I'm talking 15, 16-year-olds with really high potential. And we were going to try them out, and we gave 1 or 2 of them like a chance in scrims, and you could tell they were too nervous, right?
Yeah.
Because like we went into the scrims like intentionally making them nervous, because if you're going to bring well, you have to, because if you're going to bring,
you got to test them. Yeah, I get
exactly. If you're going to bring a 15 or 16-year-old into your team, you have to know that they can play under pressure, because if you throw them onto a stage and they're not, and they can't play under pressure, then that's going to ruin your team, right? So you go in there like intentionally putting pressure on them, like, yeah, man, like, this is your one shot, like, you have these 3 scrims here, like, like, just do your best, your job is to frag. If you don't frag, too bad. And like, you say things like that, and it seems harsh and it seems really mean, right? But then there's players who will be like, okay, all right, I'm gonna frag now. And there's players who are like, oh shit, gotta frag, And those are the players you don't want. And we had found that.
Well, like Twist is over at TSM, right? Like, he's a guy who like just wasn't phased at all. Easily the best
really
player.
really confident guy. Yeah, really confident guy. I actually like him a lot. He's a really cool guy. So, exactly. And you have to put these players through those tests, and none of them passed it. So that idea sort of went out the window. And then we had been in talks with Machine Gun for months, like. Because originally, when Professor Chaos had went to coach originally months ago, we were gonna get Shazam, and then he decided to go to Echo Fox. More money, better team in his eyes, all that stuff. Fine, no hard feelings there. Literally,
I'm glad you brought that up. I was literally gonna ask you that a little bit later down the ways, but while we're here, so Shazam leaving the team, it was just as simple as just money, and obviously
no. You'd have to ask him for his personal reasons.
Well, how did he break it to you guys? Because it seemed to be
honestly, I don't know.
Well, what do you mean you don't know? Like, did he not tell you? Did he just go?
Well, he was originally supposed to come to the Gfinity land with us.
Yeah,
and
well,
then
that's right.
He had signed with Echo Fox instead, and had let us know he was going with Echo Fox. So then Professor Chaos just played at the land. Like, it wasn't that big of a like. Yeah, it sucked. We wanted him at the time. He would have been really good for our team, right? Yeah. He's exactly what we needed. We needed an opper. Arya didn't want to op anymore, and so he would have been perfect for our team.
Well, I was watching your ESL Pro Series games. I think it was. It was that he played for at the time. I think you were actually winning games when he was in the team.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw you lose in the all too brief Shazam.
Honestly, who knows? Like, I don't even know at that. It's all a blur.
Right?
It's all just a giant blur. Like, I don't know.
Did he really? Was it just like, hey guys, you know about that event? I'm probably not going to be there now. Was it like that or?
Yeah, but like it's not as bad as that makes it seem. Like none of us had hard feelings towards him at all. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like
it's still kind of short notice. Let's put it that way.
It was a bit short notice, but in the end, he has to make a decision that's best for his career, right? If he thinks Echo Fox is better for his career, that's the decision he has to make, right? Any of us would make that decision if we felt like it was better for our career. So they're like totally understandable from his point of view. If he felt like if he was getting, I know he was getting more money. I know he thought it was a better team. He wanted to play in E-League. We didn't have the first E-League spot, the first season of E-League. We didn't have that. So all those things made complete sense for him to choose that. So like I said, no hard feelings. So then after that fell through, we had just played with Professor Chaos for that whole time because he was already on the team before. It just made sense then to bring in somebody random and hope it all fits. And we knew we had the major qualifier like a month and a half later. So we were like, okay, we'll stick with this. And so we stuck with that through the major qualifier. And then when we didn't qualify, that's when we decided, okay, we need a whole new approach to this now, right? So that's when I started scouting European players a lot. And I had done tons of research on like 12 different European oppers at all different levels. Like if I showed you my demo folder right now, you'd be like, holy fucking shit. Like,
so how come you're doing this?
Because I wanted to. Like, it wasn't like I got delegated work and I was like, fuck, all right, I'll watch the demos. It was like I really, really wanted to go through and be really meticulous about it and make sure that. And then I came up with a short list of like 4 that I decided, okay, these are the 4 we should go for, right? Okay. And then from there, I gave those names to Arya, and then me and him started scouting those 4 together. And Marty from Splyce, the owner of Splyce, super awesome guy, insanely helpful, just said to us, all right, look, I'm not a CSGO expert, so this is your team, right? You do the research, find the players you want, tell me who you want, and we'll make it happen. Right. And so that it's awesome to have the support of an organization like that when it's just like, all right, we need to make changes. We want to win. I'll put faith in you. I trust you to make the right decisions and do your research, get the right players, we will bring them in. Right.
Were you ever on the chopping block? Were you ever considered to be cut?
Not as far as I know. You have to ask someone else, but I doubt it. Honestly, I've had offers.
You never had that conversation where anyone they came up to you and they were like, Davey, it's you're right. This team, it's just not working. Change probably, and you're just there. Yeah, I really agree with that. I think we do need to make some changes. And they mean you, and you mean them, and you just happen to win.
I doubt it. I mean, maybe you'd have to ask the other guys what happened behind the scenes when I wasn't there. I don't know, but I know from Splyce's point of view, I never was, because I had got offers from other North American teams, like top North American teams. Like, and whenever that would happen, they would approach Splyce. Marty would come to me and tell me, like, look, man, you have this offer. They're offering to buy you out. Like, all this stuff. I'm going to set up a meeting for you and them, but we really want you to stay, right? And I'd go and I'd talk to them, and then I would go back and I'd talk to Marty, and in the end, I always ended up staying because I believed in Splyce, and I really like this organization. I really like Marty as an owner, and I knew that with his support, he would always tell me, look, like, just give it a little bit of time. We'll bring in the players that we need, and that's what happened. And overall, loyalty pays off in my eyes, and so there was one team who I actually would have left for that almost materialized, but didn't in the end, and I'm actually happy about that. So I'm really
so if I was to guess, Cloud9, no. All right.
No, you'd actually be surprised who it was.
So so a European team then.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to say you'd be surprised.
You're so tight-lipped, dude.
Well, we can talk more after in private.
Yeah.
Everyone watching this is just so mad right now.
Yeah, like
they're just like, "Fuck you! You're such a tease, just sticking the tip in and not going." Like, yeah,
gotta give him some shaft.
I gave him a little bit of shaft, just not a whole lot.
Nah, it's definitely so far, brother. But anyway, so you put this team together. You've had the support, the organization to do it.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
So I mean, what's kind of the plan from here on out? Because visas have got to be an issue, surely.
They're not as much of an issue as you think, because we can get P1s, which are relatively easy to get. Like, it costs a couple $1,000s, but obviously that's not really my problem.
No. But I'm intrigued by this because you're saying they're relatively easy to get. I know, obviously, one of the big stumbling blocks we've got right now in esports is the visa issue. That everybody who wants to come abroad and live the American dream and play for American teams and earn fat stacks and everything, they're struggling to get any visas, let alone fucking P1s. But you guys are comfortable at this?
I mean, I've already got mine accepted. Obviously, really easy for me being Canadian. It's really easy for me to get American work visas. Yeah. As far as we know, Machine Gun's visa got completed today. So, wow. We started the process weeks ago. And then this is the same Mongols team that obviously had issues getting them in time. They were applying for travel visas though.
Right.
Originally, it's a little bit different. So because he's going to be employed by Splyce, and I think it helps a lot the fact that they have other players on the team whose visas have already been accepted. Like, because mine already got accepted,
right?
They can be like, look, he's the same, right? Same player, same team, same everything, right? So yeah, as far as I know, visas aren't a problem.
Because I saw Complexity. Obviously, they got a couple of P1 visas for the UK boys. That they brought in, and again, this is like a big deal, like the P1 visa. I think I don't know. It is a big
deal. It's awesome that you can do this.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping long may it continue. I don't know if it's going to get easier or harder actually as we move forward. I guess the election will have a lot to say about that. It's a crazy time.
What a terrible time to be moving to America, hey? Fuck.
I just thought this, though. I think my timing's way fucking off, dude. I've been wanting to come out here for a long, long time, and I get out here. It's an interesting
It's not
time.
the best time to be living in the U.S. right now.
It's a very...
We're going to be heading there August 1st, so...
Well, maybe
not great for me.
Yeah, I was going to say the dust won't settle by then. There's still a long way to go, so...
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so the visa is going to be all easy, apparently, and then what happens? So I mean, are you guys going to be living in a house? What's the deal?
So we have a house for August 1st. We're all going to be moving out. It's in the LA area where all the other teams are. Mostly the reason why we picked that area, though, obviously because all the other teams are there, but then also it's near Arya's house, and Arya has a wife and young daughter, so he can't live at the house. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, not many people know that. I don't think he'll mind me saying that.
No. That's good. That's good. That's awesome.
Yeah, so
it's good. It's good to see functional non-virgins in esports.
Yeah. So he needs to be near them, obviously. So it's like 15 minutes. Like it's I don't know exactly with LA traffic all that stuff, but it's within driving distance of Arya's house. So that was a big thing for us.
And what about you? Will you live in the house as well?
Yeah, I'll live in the house too. We were worried originally. Our biggest concern with getting Machine Gun, like there was a couple, right? With Crucial, he speaks English like insanely well. Same thing with Asilian. Both of them speak English really, really well. It's not a problem at all. Machine Gun, he understands English really well. I don't even know how to say his name, by the way. Like I'm gonna if I
Let's
say
just call him Machine Gun.
I'm just gonna call him Machine Gun because I don't even know how to pronounce his first name. We've asked him a couple times and it's way too hard. So he understands English really well. Like when you're talking to him, you can talk normally. You can say whatever you want. He understands everything perfectly well. He has trouble communicating his thoughts right now, though. Like he has trouble putting sentences together. His grammar's not great. So that'll be a little bit of a change, obviously. We're going to be helping him a lot with learning how to speak English and all the proper slang and all kinds of stuff like that. And then the big thing we're worried about is like a big culture shock for him, because it's going to be a huge culture shock for somebody coming from Mongolia to Los Angeles. Like that's going to be a huge change.
I got to be honest. Like, I mean, I consider myself quite a well-traveled and reasonably well-educated person. I know probably nothing about Mongolian culture outside of. I've been to a few Mongolian barbecues.
Right? Yeah, I've been to the Mongolian grill here in Windsor. I've been to it a couple times. That's about it.
I know nothing about Mongolia.
I honestly don't either. So
didn't someone, who the fuck was it? Someone complained about them, the Mongols, because they had the Genghis Khan logo on the back. Yeah. Didn't someone say something like, oh, what was it? It was an American player. Shit, I can't remember who it was, but didn't someone complain saying that it's like having Adolf Hitler on the back if you were a German team or something?
What?
Someone said that.
Oh, whatever. Who gives a shit? Let fucking whiny nerds be whiny nerds.
No, but it's a player, though. That's the point, though. I'm sure it was a pro player. Everyone was
I hope not.
No, do you know what? Why am I... I apologize if this is wrong, but my brain is telling me it was Semphis. It can't have been Semphis. Nah, he wouldn't say that. But I'm pretty sure, anyway.
I don't think so.
Whoever watches this vlog, it's just occurred to me.
Someone find it, yeah.
Yeah. But I thought,
like, who cares? Like, that is their culture, right? Like, they're from Mongolia.
Yeah, exactly. Genghis Khan.
That's your history, right? Like, yeah, exactly. Like, what are you going to do?
There's no living relatives that are going to remember the days that they fucking rode in and over the wall and killed everybody, right? Like, so I thought that was funny. But yeah, look, I'm sure he'll settle in. I mean, it's not a million miles, is it? Everyone gets there in the end.
Yeah,
Koreans have been doing it for years.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be easy for him to settle. I don't think. Like he will, and we're going to be like he's totally motivated. Like it's crazy how motivated this guy is to do this, right? And we're going to help him a lot. Like we're making him as comfortable as we can. Whatever he needs, we're like Splyce is insanely helpful with all of that for him. They're in constant contact, figuring out like everything. So he's being well taken care of. The big thing for him is he's going to have trouble communicating his thoughts, like on like a strat or something.
Yeah.
If he wants to say like, okay, I think this went wrong because of this and this and this, it's going to be kind of hard for him to communicate that originally. But he understands communication fine, and he can communicate fine. Like he can be like 2 here, 3 here, but whatever. Like, oh, they're rushing here, flash for me. Like he can talk English fine. He's just more in-depth thoughts and sentences he's not great at yet.
So who's going to be the in-game leader? Like, how's that going to
Arya is the in-game leader.
So that's definitely... Is that going to be his role moving forward?
That's the plan. I mean, teams change roles all the time, right? Like look at look at Envious, look at Virtus Pro, like all those guys, like everyone changes.
Yeah, I was thinking more along the lines of, maybe Professor Chaos might be the caller and you might run as a 5,
Yeah, I mean, that would be nice, like, but it's sort of... We like having our in-game leader in the game. Like, there's definitely positives and negatives to both, right? If your in-game leader is in the game, he can't focus on fragging as much, right? That's a big thing. But what we want our coach to do isn't always to in-game lead. Obviously, with Arya and Professor Chaos, they have a really good relationship. And if Professor Chaos thinks that we should do something, he'll just tell us. Like, and he'll just be like, "Look, you guys should do this round. Okay, you go here, you go here, you go here." And he can call whenever he wants, right? If he feels like there's a good strat we should run. But like for the default sort of like positions, Arya's going to be the in-game leader.
Mm. So we were talking in the build-up to the show about putting together this international team, and you were like, what I love to talk about more than anything is dodgy organizations.
Yeah.
I love a good dodgy organization.
I know you do.
They just bring something out in me. So I
they
get
bring out your inner hatred.
No, it's not even that. It's like it's a lot of them are almost comedic.
It's true.
It's like. It's like they want to be a Bond villain, but they come out more like Dr. Evil, Like they can't even do bad properly.
Yeah.
So they're just pitiful creatures a lot of the time. But you said you had some dealings yourself getting this team together. So
God, there were some things I will. And so we had two polar opposites when acquiring players. So Asilian wasn't contracted, right? So we just signed him. It was honestly the whole signing Asilian thing was really last minute, but I completely forgot to talk about that. Anyways, we'll go on that later.
We'll go back to that later. Yeah, Sam can make a note of it. Sam, make a note of that point. Sam.
Totally noted.
There you go.
Didn't hear what he said.
All right.
Right. Well, just make that point anyway.
Yeah. So when we were signing Machine Gun, when we originally approached him, he was actually the first player that we got. We went to his org, the Mongols, right? We didn't even know how we were going to contact them, if it was an org, all this stuff. And from what we can tell, it's like they have like a manager, and he's like the owner of the org. Some pretty wealthy dude from Mongolia, I guess. He supports the team. They don't even have PCs in their houses. Like Machine Gun doesn't even have a PC. Like in his house at home, he has to go to like local internet cafes to play and stuff like that. I know, right? It's mind blowing when we found this stuff out. It's like, oh my God, this is crazy. And when we approached their org owner and we were like, hey, we're interested in buying out Machine Gun. What's the deal with this? Is he contracted? All this stuff. And he was like, okay, here's the deal. How about you take 2 of my players, give 2 of them the opportunity, and you can have them for free, right? And we were like, oh my God, like, thank you, but no thanks. Like we're just looking for the one guy right now. And he was like,
that's kind of sad though, dude.
I know.
That's like when you hear about, those like poor people that have to give their kids away. They know it's gonna have like a better life. Like take both, please. Like
yeah, I know. It was pretty sad, and we were like, whoa, like this is a lot. And so then we were like, no, like I'm sorry, we're only interested in Machine Gun. What are his contract? What's his buyout? And he was like, well, he doesn't have a buyout, but we can talk about it, right? And we were like, okay. And we're like, so what are you looking for? And he's like, well, give me an offer, right? And we're like, okay, $1,000 US, right? Just like start off the bidding, lowest $1,000, right? He said, okay, take him for free and donate that money to charity. And it was just like, okay, dude, like this is like in the nicest org owner you could ever have, right? This guy, he was just like, all right, this is a great opportunity for my player. He gets to go move across the world. He gets to live his dream. You can have him for free, pretty much is what he said, right? Just take him. And we were like, okay, awesome. Then when we were trying to sign Crucial, the exact fucking opposite, right?
Lowland Lions.
Oh, man. So first of all,
the classic, man.
Yeah, so I approached their manager, and this is after I had talked to Crucial already, because when you're like... Because if like we found out early on, we tried to do everything super professional, and honestly, I was going behind Marty's back a bit doing this. I was just messaging players. I was just like, look, are you interested, right? Which goes against their contracts, all that stuff. But you have to do that. You have to gauge interest just to see if they'd even be interested at all in coming, right? Especially when it's moving to another continent. So I had asked Joey, and I was like, look, like, are you interested in coming? Would you want to do this? He was like, yes, I want to do this. Let's make this happen. Let's figure this out. So I said, okay. So I messaged their manager, right? And Marty had put me in charge of dealing with all of this, and I wanted to be in charge of dealing with all this. Like I wanted to do this myself. And so I had approached their manager, and I was like, hey, we're interested in buying out Crucial. What are his contract details? What's his buyout at? Blah, blah. And all he said was, he's contracted. I won't discuss business stuff with a player. And I was just like, okay, like, yeah, exactly, right? I was just like, all right. Yeah, I was like, all right, man, like, you're really tough, like, good for you. Like, so I was just like, well, okay, I can message the owner of Splyce right now, but he's put me in charge of this. So if you want, you can wait for him to come on Skype, and then he'll tell you to talk to me. So you can do that if you want, or we can just talk about this now. And he was like, okay, well, we can talk about this now. So all of a sudden, this big tough guy is all for talking to a player now. was like, all right, this is what a waste of time that 20 minutes was. So
What did you say this guy's name was again?
I couldn't even fucking tell you.
Yeah,
The man, whoever.
Begin with
No,
an N?
I legitimately don't remember who the manager's name was. Like, I think I have him on Steam, maybe, but I honestly don't know.
You keep going. Let me check. In fact, Sam, this is where you get to earn your money. Me and Davey are gonna talk. You find out this guy's name.
I already told you.
No. But is it though? I need you to be 100% sure before we get into that.
Well, that's the team's. Is it the team's coach or the team's manager?
The manager, not the coach.
There you go.
Are you guys talking about Neil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought
Neil's actually a really nice guy.
Yeah, Neil's a cool guy.
That's why we were like, oh.
Yeah. No, not him.
Right,
it was it was one of their managers. Good. And so then I had talked with him, and me and him were going like back and forth on the price range, right? And originally offered the same we offered for Machine Gun, right? To a player who was not making anything close to a livable salary. Like, you could say he was making a salary, but out of respect, I'm not going to tell you how much those players are making, right? Because that's not fair.
Their whole team idea anyway.
Yeah,
I've got an exact figure if you want it in the chat.
Okay, yeah, you can tell me.
Yeah, so like, not even anywhere close to a living salary. Less than a month into their contract, right? Like, less than a month into their contract, and we're offering $1,000 buyout. So he's already made money on him, right, at that point. And he's asking for ludicrous amounts of buyout money because he signed a contract that doesn't have a buyout in it, right? And I cannot stress enough, new pro players coming into the scene do not sign a contract without a buyout in it. You have to have a set minimum buyout in your contract so that no matter what, you can get out. Make sure it's a fair number. Like, don't sign a fucking contract with like a 100K buyout when you're making 500 euros a month, right? That's just fucking retarded.
It just while we're here, man. Like, I don't know about you, but some of the contracts I see in CS when it comes to buyout, they literally treat fucking players like, prize cattle.
Yeah,
like, I bring you in, and you $100,000 buyouts for players that, like,
just crazy.
They don't even make. They don't even make $12,000 a year.
I know, it's absolutely ludicrous, but I know where they're coming from because my first contract, I did that too. It was like, fuck, someone's going to pay me to play Counter-Strike? Fuck yeah, but I'll sign this. 1-year contract, no buyout, right? Like, all the stupid shit that all the new players are doing. So any new semi-pro players who are thinking about signing a contract, even my friend right now, who I know he's starting his stream, he just got partnered, all this stuff. He signed a contract with like a stream team, not even a pro CSGO team. He signed a 1-year contract with them, doesn't even get paid, no buyout. He wants to do some sort of sponsorship deal on the side. They're like, no, you can't. And he's like, what the fuck? And they can like fine him like 20 grand if he does it, but there's no buyout, so he can't get out of it. It's just fucked. Yeah. The whole thing, and this whole industry is so new that no one even knows about all this stuff.
The good thing is, if you do get to a credible lawyer, what you'll find is a lot of these contracts that don't have these buyouts, don't have exit clauses, and pay below market salaries, a lot of them are fucking unenforceable, actually.
Well, see, that's okay. So that's where I'm moving.
Sorry. Yeah, back to the crucial.
Yeah. So we ended up offering, like, I think it was $2,500 to buy him out, which is like the highest we were willing to pay, right? Like, we were just like at the time we were like $2,500. This is more than fair for this amateur player, who's not playing in any pro leagues, not even playing in any I guess you could say semi-pro. He's kind of getting paid, like, totally fair buyout, right? Like, absolutely. Completely fair. And they're like, no, 10K, and we're just like, no, like, this is ridiculous. Like, you're being absolutely ridiculous about this, right? And he is like super stressed out about it. He's like, fuck, like, is this not gonna happen? Is this not gonna, like, he wanted to come so bad, right? And there's like this might not happen now because, like, we're not willing to pay $10,000 for your buyout, right? Like, we're just not willing to do that. And so I won't tell you what the finally agreed fee was because I think there's things I'm not allowed to say.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I'm guessing, what did you have to go above?
We had to go above the 2,500, and it was a process. Like, so in his contract, it had gone back and forth between lawyers and between the team. So I had heard about it. And because they had hired a lawyer, we had a lawyer. It was all this shit. And his contract had nothing to stop him from leaving. Like, you know how in most contracts there's something like, if the player wants to terminate this contract, they can terminate it because of this, and this, right? There was nothing like that in the contract. And under American law and under Dutch law, he could have just left the contract. There was nothing in the contract that's saying this is the penalty for leaving, right? But because of where their contract was made in Belgium, Belgian law is different than American and Dutch law. And there, you don't have, even if there's no fee for leaving the contract, you can't leave it legally. So because it was Belgian law and that's where their company is located out of and that's all this stuff, he couldn't leave. So we ended up having to pay way more than what was fair. And it ended up being a drawn-out process over like 2 weeks when it should have just been done in like a night or two.
And the thing is as well, though, right? Like,
it caused so much stress for Joey, and it's just so unnecessary.
And it just also shows like just absolute zero fucking respect for the player that you're with.
Yeah.
Like, you know, players are going to move on eventually. I'm not saying that you've got to, you're right. You don't have to do stuff that's to the detriment of the organization, but you obviously don't value this player very highly. That's reflected in the pittance that you're paying him.
Yeah.
Okay,
exactly.
So if you valued the player and you wanted to keep them, you would up the money. Okay,
yeah.
But now that they want to leave, you're like going to negotiate some fucking buyout that is so above market value for a player of that capability. It's like, dude, it just sucks so much. Like, and I'd be fucking stressed out.
Now we paid it because we're confident that in the future he'll be worth that and more.
Yeah,
right. So
no doubt, right?
We had decided that it was worth paying. And we had talked about it with Marty, and we had decided that this was worth paying. So we did it, but it was still way more than what it should have been. And that was only because I was like, no, Marty, like I want him on my team. Like, we need this guy on the team. He is going to be an incredible player with some time and some land experience. Like, trust me. And so we decided that it was worth it, and we pulled the trigger on it. But it was like such a mess to go through and so unnecessary. Like, even with me, when teams were coming to approach me, Marty was like, look, if you want to leave, like, I'm not going to stop. Like, we'll agree on a fair buyout. Believe me, this will get done if you want to leave. My job is to make you want to stay, right? That's my job. If you want to leave, I'm not going to stop you, right? I have no interest in forcing you to stay under contract where you don't want to be, right? Yeah. And so that is the respect that should happen in esports. And in turn, I've given that respect back, right? And I've been loyal to this team and this organization, and I feel like that is how things should go. Like, there should be mutual respect between the org and the players. Well, yeah, and there just isn't that right now in so many situations. There just isn't that.
There was a bunch of teams in that region that like came along and have had like very dubious histories. You know, Lowland Lions is one. The other was Absolute Legends. I don't know if you remember those guys, but they just fucking scammed a bunch of fucking teams out of money. You know, they would pick. Yeah. They picked up a League of Legends team over in like Singapore or something, and then like just, you know, they did well at like some fucking ESL event like back in the day, like placed third or something. Yeah, they never got that money. Like, it just, you know,
that's ridiculous.
It's just so fucked up, dude. Like, there's these organizations that they look like they're legit. They smell like they're legit. They've got all the trappies. They got look at the shiny logo. They look plausible, but then when it actually comes to functioning, they are just bullshit. And, you know, Lowland Lions,
so many.
like, yeah, I'd never. I'll say this. They're not out some fucking. One of the losers that runs that organization will fucking end up catching this and be like, "Oh, dare Richard Lewis say this? We're gonna sue." Like, fuck you! I can say what the fuck I want. My opinion of your organization is it fucking stinks. You underpay your players. You have done for fucking years, and you run game on any organization that comes and tries to fucking parachute those players out of the shit environment that you put them in. So fuck you, Lowland Lions. There, I don't give a fuck. Like, come for me. I'll see.
Well, I'm not gonna go that far, but
yeah, I will. I'll say it.
You go. You do your thing. You do your thing, but
and the thing is as well, I'm pretty sure, like, I'm not going to do it now because obviously it's your time and we're here to talk about you and your team. But I'm pretty sure, like, if I was to go into my fucking black box of stories and stuff that I've been working on down the years, I'm pretty sure I could pull some fucking Lowland Lion shit out of there. So definitely fuck them in the face. But anyway, so you've got past that now. Crucial's going to be out there.
Yep.
You've got this pretty fly and slick looking team. So now I got to ask you the incredibly dull question, the one that gets talked about all the fucking time, dog. And that is like, why is it that NA are picking up these semi-pro players from other regions, players that don't have pro experience, and yet you're all talking about them like they're just going to come in and take over your scene and elevate your team to the next level? What the fuck is happening?
So first of all, I don't think that there's any higher skill level. If you're born in Europe, you have more skill. It's not like that. I don't think that we could have picked up players of similar skill level, like Justin was a free agent, right, from Energy, incredibly skilled player. I couldn't believe when they cut him. Honestly, he was probably the best rifler on my team.
Monster, brother.
I played on a team with him. I played on teams with him, and he's had his attitude problems, I guess, but overall, I would take him on my team if I could. Right, he was definitely someone we were talking to about joining, and we decided on these three players instead. I think the big thing is you can pick up a North American Premier player. We did our scouting through NA Premier. There was a couple players who we considered for sure, even some in Maine that looked like they might be really high skilled that we want to try. But overall, NA players like that have this. If you bring an NA main player who's just shitting on North American main divisions, right? And then you bring him onto a pro team, his ego, which was already here, goes to here, because he's like, yeah, I was shitting on main and now I get to go play pro. Yeah, fuck yeah, I'm sick, right? Yeah. And it's just and their egos go crazy high, and then their work ethic goes down because they've been playing main, working really hard to get to pro. And then once they get there, they're like, yes, I got my opportunity. Ego's flying high, and their work ethic goes down. That is what happens with all these. Not all of them, I guess, but
someone
quite
like
a few.
2K, for example, would probably disprove
exactly,
the
right?
trend.
Exactly.
Right?
Stewie's a really smart player too. He gets
which is incredible because whenever I hear him talk, I think
he's just a huge troll, man.
Mate, he's never going to. We're not splitting the fucking atom anytime soon. Let's put it that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But hey, fuck it though. Like you say, he's really grown and developed as a player. So there's proof that NA players can do it. But the point still stands.
The point stands is the work ethic.
But I mean, so is that literally what it boils down to with these guys?
That is what it boils down to. 100%. That is what it boils down to is work ethic. Asilian's taking a pay cut to come here because he believes in the players that we had and he wants to put in the work to make this team great. Crucial, insane work ethic. Just crazy hard worker, high talent, anything you want on a team. Machine Gun playing for his livelihood, right? It does not get higher work ethic than that, to the point where you are playing to I don't want to say play to survive because that's going way too far. Because obviously, but he is playing for the opportunity of a lifetime for him. I don't know enough about Mongolia to talk so much about this, but I can imagine it's a lot easier. I can imagine he's making more money now playing on this team than he would have been making in a full-time career in Mongolia. I'm guessing, right? I don't know for sure, but I can imagine that's the case. I know it's not exactly a super advanced technological country. He doesn't even have a PC in his house. You know what I mean? So this is he's playing for the opportunity of a lifetime, and so for him, this is an insane big deal. He's going to be putting in so much work and so much effort. Where if you pick up a North American player, they're not going to put in that effort. They're not going to care. They're going to think they're better than they are. And when you're bringing in players like this who have to prove how good they are, it's something completely different.
So you talked about how you guys aren't in E League and that you've got this new look team coming together. It's all going to have visas and it's all going to be above board and everything else. So where are you guys going to be looking to kind of apply your trade? And is there an aim to try and get into E-League? Look, I'll be honest, I work at Turner Sports. I don't even know what our plans are in terms of league expansion or relegations, or how are we going to freshen things up? Are we going to keep the same teams? Is it going to be like a franchise model? Honestly, it's been as much of a learning curve for us collectively. There's been a lot of things that have come up that we obviously have to pay mind to, and I know there's one situation that'll definitely stick out more than others. But yeah, we're learning as much as it is as well. But I mean, like, obviously, let's say, if you guys weren't in E-League, there's still obviously some very fine leagues out there with lots of money available. So where would you guys likely to be, playing?
Well, the only thing guaranteed right now, 100%, is ESL Pro League. We have that ESL Pro League spot. That's locked in for sure.
Mm-hmm.
As far as E-League and ECS go, we're pretty confident in being able to qualify for ECS. Like, we're going to play in the qualifiers for ECS. We're sure we can qualify for that. And if we don't, that'd be like a big failure for us. As far as E-League goes, like you said, no one really knows for sure what's going on in the next season. Like, people are saying things. People are like, yeah, this and this and this and this. And, oh, yeah, we're going to add these teams and remove these teams, blah, blah, all stuff. But no one actually knows, right? Like you said, maybe someone does, but if someone does know, they're not telling us. So hopefully we'll be in the next season of E-League. But all you can do is hope. And if they do have promotions, relegations, hopefully we can play in the promotions, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, I think ECS as well, though. Like, they just announced their the second season and stuff today, and they were saying, like, teams that obviously get in that league get equity, and I don't know really if you guys have sort of been in that consideration, because I'm trying to remember how it went down in the qualifiers, right? That was when the whole Obey trifecta thing happened, and it was Selfless and Splyce and Obey trifecta and Echo Fox.
Yeah, we had lost to Echo Fox that game. That Echo Fox game, so there was a couple things that happened in that Echo Fox game. So Face It in North America is, at that time, I'm sure it's better now, but at that time, they had like 2 server locations, and that was it. And the one that we usually played, we couldn't play. And so Arya was playing with 110 ping the whole time. And then on the last map, the score was 14-13. It's a 3 versus 3. I'm flanking 3 of them, and my internet goes out. And it's just like, and then we lose that round and we lose the map. And it's just like, well, what can you do, right? Like, it's just like, that's why we don't. I mean, obviously there was 4 maps before that where we could have won it, right? But just to lose on the 5th map, like, it's a best of 5 5th map, lose like that, it was just like, fuck, man, like, this is such bullshit. So that's why we didn't get into the first season. But like I said, there was 4 maps before that where we could have won. So it's not really an excuse. It's just sort of, it fucking sucked.
But I mean, like, the one thing I will say about Face is they have been pretty communicative. They've talked to a lot of organizations about, look, we definitely want to get you guys in here, or these are the dates. They've been very accessible and approachable. That was a point that Ryu from Selfless made, that he's now having those conversations, and people who haven't got invites shouldn't be salty or bitter about it all. You've got to you've got to network and you've got to hustle. So I mean, I think Splyce is a brand now. It's getting to that stage where you've got some pretty decent sized sponsors. You've a decent sized organization. You've obviously got money because you're buying extortionate buyouts from Lowland Lions and importing players from fucking Mongolia. This is like exotic, high-level sports shit, right? So you guys will need to be in a league that's really gonna, kind of give you the prominence those sort of moves deserve, right? So, yeah,
I honestly, if I don't know, I'm not involved in that whole back end part of Splyce. But I'm sure Marty will be dealing with that, whatever that is. But yeah, so for right now, all we know guaranteed for sure 100% is ESL Pro League. Right. So we'll have to do our best in that.
So let's talk about this thing. I said before you came on, I said I might bring up some awkward shit.
Sure.
You all right with awkward shit?
I love awkward shit.
Okay, well, obviously Splyce, and again, I got it's weird actually. I have a strange relationship with your owner.
He told me.
Yeah, so
I didn't realize.
No, it's the thing. So when he first came into the scene, like I knew. I think he talked to Thorin or something about doing some columns over there, and he wanted to talk to me about some stuff. Just helping him get the lay of the land and understand it. So I was super friendly to him. Like I thought he was a cool guy. And then that thing happened at the major where you guys got upset over the timers. The defuse timers. You remember that shit?
No, that was at the minor.
Yeah, the minor.
Sorry,
Ridiculous. The minor. Sorry, yeah. And like I just made the point that the entire game had been played like that, so nobody was at a disadvantage. Should they have been the right ones? Obviously, blah, blah, blah. But he was going off on Twitter saying it's a disgrace, and because remember you lost that last round
because of the bomb timer.
Yeah. But equally, my point was think of all the rounds you'd won because.
But we had let them know, and they chose not to change it till after the match.
Yeah.
Which was fucking ridiculous. As soon as you let them know, Absolutely. They should cancel the match and fucking restart it. So it should have never got to that point. It was annoying because we had let them know, and then they had said, okay, well, just play out anyway. And then we lose because of it. And it was like, are you fucking kidding me?
But equally, see, my point here is, Davey, see, this is like what I call, this is like cognitive dissonance, right? Because all the other rounds that you definitely won rounds because the timer had been that way as well.
No, see, we didn't. We went back and watched the VOD.
You did, though.
Did you go back and watch it?
Kinda.
No, you're lying. You didn't go back and watch it.
I didn't go back and watch it meticulously, saying,
we did.
I'll show them all. I didn't do that.
We did. No. We went back and watched it, and on our T side, there was never a round where we had won because they ran out of time defusing the bomb. Never happened once.
Yeah, because they knew they had X amount of time, they made moves and pushes, and it's too big a thing to just pinpoint down to like. Well, they didn't run out of time.
I understand. All I'm saying is they fucked up big time.
Yeah, it was definitely a fuck up.
Yeah,
definitely a fuck up. But what you can't do is like, okay, for me, a level playing field is that even if something's wrong and fucked up, it affects both teams.
But I don't like that logic though, because could you imagine if you're playing professional ice hockey, right? And I say ice hockey for the Europeans.
Yeah, no, I
just say hockey.
And it still means nothing to me as a Brit, right? We don't play that shit, so fuck you guys.
So, and let's say the ice is just fucking shit. It's like, it's bumpy like this, and you say, well, but it affected both teams fairly. Like, no, that's not an acceptable reason for this to be fucked up. You have a job.
All the time.
It does, and it's not an excuse.
People in Europe, right, they often say, in the European Championship, or the Champions League as it's called now. Yep. They go and they play these like dog shit teams in the group stages in dog shit parts of the world where they don't have the infrastructure, and they're playing on pitches that are just like a fucking quagmire, and they're saying we're at a disadvantage because we're a better team, and they're used to playing on this shit week in and week out. Well, nobody says actually, fuck it, let's abandon this game and invalidate this result. People just say, it's shit for everyone.
But just because that's what people do doesn't mean that's the right way to handle it.
Oh, absolutely.
There should be a standard, and especially when you know the rules. You're a minor that's for a Valve major qualifier. You should have the proper fucking rules. Exactly, right? Like that. Like this is a Valve event. You should have the proper fucking rules in the server. And if you don't, and we let you know that you don't, fix it. And it's not like.
But the owner, Marty, was like fucking going ham, dude. He went ham. Beyond ham, though.
I didn't see what he said, so.
Yes, and then he like blocked me and like deleted me off Skype, despite all that nice stuff I did. Because I said to him, this is what I said, right? This is true. But you tell me if this is harsh. I don't know. I don't think it's harsh.
Okay. All right.
But he said he was like making the point over and over and over again. And I'm saying, but this is what a level playing field is. It affected both teams. And he's going, but and I went, look, it's just that's what it is, and it's retarded to fucking say anything other than that. This is the definition. And he was like, look, I'm not used to being spoke to like that. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to pander to you just because you got a fucking bit of money. You're never going to offer me a job. I'm going to give you the straight dope. I'm going to tell you my fucking opinion. My opinion is you're being fucking stupid. Right, and then that was it. That was it. He just couldn't handle it. It's like rich man syndrome. There's a saying, isn't there? Who wrote that one? In the Diogenes, I think it was. In the rich man's house, there is no place to spit but in his face. Like he just got so fucking instantly offended, like immediately. It's like just unadulterated truth, and he's never spoke to me since. We'd literally had an entirely positive relationship up until that point. I just thought, come on, dude. So he got upset with me. So this is the point. This is why I'm setting this up. He's probably going to hate this. He'll ask for the VOD to be expunged. But I wanted to ask. There was an incident recently
Oh,
It made the front page. Here we go. Yeah, you know what's coming, dog.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I know what's coming.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I don't care. I'll
Sorry.
talk about it.
Right. So, one of there was the CS:GO team manager is a chap called Jeremy Gray. Jeremy 9000, I think is his gamer name. Terrible gamer name.
I know. We made, not like why?
Yeah. What? Just, it's good. Yeah. Please keep your 4chan memes well away from it. And he got accused of making racist comments in Twitch chat.
I wouldn't say he got accused. There was a screenshot of it. It's not really an accusation.
Okay, but equally, I would go so far as to say, like, I'm very dubious about when people throw the term racist around. I don't think that qualified, honestly, as racist. Yeah. It's in poor taste. It's arguably discriminatory. Yeah, but that's it, right? Certainly not racist. But anyway, whatever. People like to be histrionic when it comes to these particular topics.
Like and on that whole thing, like I don't think like he didn't say that as if like he hates Muslims and he hates FGB, right? He just thought it was funny because he's stupid. Like that was just a stupid fucking thing to say.
And just to put it into context as to what happened, he was in Twitch chat. There was an interview. I think it was for ESEA or something, and he made the joke saying like, because there was a Muslim person on screen, run away, the car's going to explode or something like that. It's poor taste. It's not
very poor taste. No, it's not even funny either. Like that's the worst part, right?
Joke. Like, if you definitely save the edgy humor to people like Louis C.K., Doug Stanhope, that kind of stuff. But anyway. This blew up. It went public, and it's like it was just a really retarded Twitch chat comment that could have been dealt with, probably with just like, please don't say that. Sorry, mate, I won't. But it blew up on Reddit, and we did the trial by social media thing. So what I wanted to ask was, while all this was happening and Splyce was getting like this negative attention, and it's the guy who is the CS:GO manager, no less.
Yeah, I know.
Was this affecting the team? Was this like an issue?
I wouldn't say it affected the team. We all just sort of were like, why? Like, why would you even say that? Like, it's not even funny. Like, if you're going to say something that is borderline racist, like a racist joke, at least make sure it's funny so that the person receiving the racist joke can be like, oh, that was pretty funny. You know what I mean?
You got me.
Like FGB he's a nice guy. Like he's a funny guy. He has a good sense of humor. Like I've been around him before when people have made racist jokes to him. Well, not like I said, borderline racist, right? That are actually funny. Edgy. Like he's a good friend of mine. Edgy, sure. But they're actually funny and he can laugh it off, right? This wasn't even funny. Like I think that was what was made it such a big deal, is that like, yes, obviously it's extremely inappropriate. You shouldn't be saying that publicly, right? It's not racist, like you said. He didn't say it as in a hurtful way. Like he wasn't trying to be hurtful towards FGB. No. It was just like he just thought it was funny and it wasn't, and he shouldn't have said it, and he knows that, and that's sort of where it is. I wouldn't say it affected the team a lot, but we did feel embarrassed, that it was like Splyce's CS:GO manager, and it was just like, oh shit. Like,
was there any backlash aimed at the team at all? Like any of the individual players?
Not that I know of. I didn't receive anything being like, why are you harboring a racist? Like nothing like that. Like I didn't receive anything negative about it. I don't think any other players did either. Actually, it was mostly just the orc and Jeremy who got the brunt of it.
Yeah, and I guess it was mitigated quite well because obviously, Marty came out and did a video and just said they won't tolerate that, and that the dude had been fined, and the money would go to an anti-discrimination charity. I mean, I think it's interesting. There's a lot that's wrong with CS still, and yet I do increasingly see us doing these like maneuvers that are more in line with big businesses than are actually in line with small game, not to say small in a disparaging way, but just small gaming organizations. Like even the biggest multi-gaming organization is a small business by comparison to Microsoft or whatever.
Yeah.
So and we've seen this before with like Freakazoid, right? In the fucking bullying seminar.
Yeah, that was kind of like I guess I can kind of see that from both point of view. Like he's telling a guy who's uncomfortable living in North America. Everyone knows he's uncomfortable living here. Telling him he has no friends. Like but that's not the nicest thing to do. But at the same time, it's like fucking grow up. Like how old are we? Right? Exactly. Right. Exactly. Right? Like how old are we? Like Simple wasn't like sitting in bed crying about that. You know what I mean? He didn't fucking care. It's like he was saying, like, why are you talking to me? Like, just stop talking. Like, like, who cares? Like, that got blown out of proportion.
Yeah, no, but
obviously.
I mean, I think there's like a real, worry. This is kind of constantly happening all the time. Like, it's this is what really worries me most of all is that these players that are coming through, they now have unprecedented levels of attention.
Yeah.
Like unprecedented levels. You've got millions of people potentially at any given point watching you play, watching what you type on a server, watching you stream.
Even I
if
only have like 15,000 Twitter followers, and I get like 4 million impressions a month on my Twitter, right? It's 4 million people looking at what I'm saying on Twitter every month. And I have barely any followers. Imagine what people like nothing with 175,000 followers get.
And
right?
just imagine, like, you don't even need to do it yourself. Somebody could, like what we saw with Shinobi in Complexity, right? With Flood. Yeah? Someone else is streaming and just opens up a fucking Steam chat log, right? And you get fucked that way. And now you're like, fuck, I've got to answer for this, So it's like, it's
be
really...
careful what you say, man.
Yeah, you got to be, right? So
be careful what you say.
I guess that would be the next question. Given that Splyce seemed to do a pretty good job of keeping a lid on that, have you guys been given like any fucking media training, or has Marty kind of given you the talk?
So before I quit university, I was doing a double major, and one of them was actually media. So it was communication and media was like the major. So I was actually have pretty good idea on how to handle media and interviews and all this sort of stuff, and be careful what you say. I know how to say things in a certain way so that you don't offend anyone, right? Like, just sort of. And then sometimes I just don't give a fuck, and I'll just say shit that I know is going to offend people, because you can't fucking say anything without offending people these days. And Marty has been helpful in the sense he says, like, look, if you ever need help with anything, we have these social media people who work for us. You can ask them. Here's their contact information. If you want to ask somebody before you say anything, just to make sure, contact them, ask them, make sure everything's okay. You can have them edit your stuff if you want. We have people who can help you with all of this. So he hasn't like signed us up for any media training seminars or anything. But if anything we've needed help with on that end, he's been willing to help us with.
So let's wrap it up. Sam's just messaged me. He said we've already gone over an hour. It's actually flown by. You're way more. Yeah, you're way more talkative than the average. I usually have to dig a lot deeper to get stuff out.
Oh,
yeah. But this has been good. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw you. I'll just throw you under the fucking bus. So
under the bus.
Yeah, all the way under. So you've got an injury at the moment, haven't you?
No, you can't do this to me.
I'm doing it.
No, you can't. No. We talked about this. You said you wouldn't.
Yeah, but now I realize this is going to make you seem way cooler. Everyone's going to watch this. It is. Everyone's going to watch this, and they're going to say, "Hey, Davey's really fucking cool."
No, they're not.
They are.
That's not what they're going to think. No one's going to say that.
They're definitely going to think this. So you're currently rocking an injury, right? Because you're a hockey player.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah, I guess
you've got an injury, haven't you, dude?
I mean, I'm not like injured. I have something going on.
Is it in the jaw area or something? You say you were a little bit worried about, like, people might think you had a lisp, but you don't have a lisp.
No, I don't have a lisp. No.
So.
All right. So I've already told Richard about this, because before the show I was deciding what I should do. If you hear me talking with a little bit of a lisp during this thing, I probably should have said it at the beginning, so people that didn't watch all the way till the end don't think I have a lisp. But
that's the cool thing. Now everyone's going to be like, they've gone through the entire show. Look, it doesn't even sound that bad. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Dude, it feels like it does while I'm talking. No. There's certain words where I'm just like, after I'm done talking, I'm just like, fuck, like that sounded so bad. Like,
you just got to play it off. Like, say you got jaw strain from eating too much pussy or something.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
You'd be amazed, Sam.
You'd be amazed how dirty my apartment is right now, because I have not had girls over here in such a long time that my apartment is so messy that I haven't had to clean it. Like, right. So
come on, drop the injury. Come on.
All right. So when I was younger, I got into a hockey fight. One of my teeth got knocked out. I had a temporary implant in my mouth for my whole life, since I was like 12 years old, like since the tooth got knocked out. And So I've had a temporary implant in there, and then on Thursday I'm actually having the surgery to have the permanent implant put in. I had a bone graft surgery about 6 months ago to fill in bone in my upper gums so I could put the pipe in. Anyways, so I have a fake tooth right here, but because it's just like temporary, because I just got the temporary implant removed like on Monday, like yesterday, I have like a retainer that has a fake tooth in it. So if I want to talk with the tooth in, I have to talk with the retainer in my mouth. So I kind of sound like I have a lisp.
Come on.
But
out with it. Get it out.
I can take it out.
There it is.
And then I don't have a tooth right there.
Mate, have you seen
fully wrecked him as well at the start? He's like, oh,
there's no wrecking him.
He's like, oh, I don't want him to know I've got this fake tooth.
Have you seen? Hey, look, I don't know if you
so like I feel so self-conscious when I smile. Like this is gonna turn into like a meme. Like just like you know.
I'm gonna paste this in the group chat. Sam, I want you to bring this up and do a side by side.
Oh, Goon! Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, here we are.
I love that movie.
Yeah, see, this is. I knew you would think you'd understand. This is all complimentary. This is positive. I've got you can't really see it. I got a little chipped tooth down here. It got chipped diagonally. I've got one missing up here. I got knocked out.
Well, that's all the way back there, though. You're fine. Mine's right next to the front tooth.
Yeah,
like it's so unavoidable.
Not anymore. But look, it's the exact same tooth that is missing.
Is
on
it?
The fucking Goon. Yeah, we're probably showing it right now.
I can't believe you've seen Goon, man. That's awesome. I love that fucking movie.
I have a lot of free fucking time on my hands. So look, man, you may place it back if you want, but look, don't be self-conscious.
It's too late
about
now.
It.
It's over now. My career's already over.
We'll get you back on the show when you've got a full grill again.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you getting silver? Are you gonna get silver ones?
No, I actually have a diamond one that's going in. I used all the Splyce money, and I got a diamond one, and it's going to be going in on Thursday. So hopefully it looks well. I'm hoping that it actually reflects light. Listen, you know how in the movies, like when they they do like that thing, and it's like ding. Yeah, I hope mine actually that's what I was going for.
I hope so.
So hopefully that happens.
It'll trigger me because I miss Kimbo Slice still. So it'll
stop.
Just rest in peace, Kimbo. That's what we need to start saying at the end of the show, I think. Well, look. Anyway, we'll definitely wrap it up here. I'm super psyched. Because I think Machine Gun's a great player and somebody that I've been dying to see play at a higher level of competition. Hopefully he can deliver. Thank you for rescuing Crucial from Lowland Lions.
Anytime. I'll rescue that kid anytime. It's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. And the UK scene. Because here's the funny part. So we've had conversations with Crucial. And when he goes to the I-Series event, and for people that don't know, I-Series is a small UK LAN. He gets proper I just want to win, man.
I know. That's how he is.
It's unbelievable.
Like when we were interviewing players, it was just like, okay, so what are your goals? What do you want? He's like, I just want to win everything. Like that is my goal. Like I don't have this thing of I really want to qualify for a major, or I'd like to do well at a major qualifier. Like that's what some players were giving us, or I just want to do my best, stuff like that. He was just like, no, I just want to win everything. Like that is what I want.
Just a fucking legend sweating over an I-Series. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then of course a Cillian as well, a kid that I watched him come through.
We forgot to talk about that.
Which bit did we miss? Oh yeah, the bit we made a note of.
Yeah,
Sam.
Yeah,
right,
Sam.
Let's do
Got
this.
distracted by the fucking Goon.
So the original plan was to just get Crucial and Machine Gun and play with Jason R. And then the night before, Cillian was supposed to sign supposed to make he rejoined the XSK team, and they were gonna do something, and he was gonna commit to them 100%. And the night before that, he actually messaged me. He's we have a mutual friend, and he messaged and he was like, hey, are you guys looking at players? Would you be interested in picking me up? And we were like, well, we kind of have our roster set right now. This is this and this, but let's talk anyway. So we talked for quite a bit, and at the end of it, I went to Arya, and I was just like, look, I don't know, this is a big change now, because when you're bringing in 2 players, you're adding 2 players to a team, right? We already have us 3, we're the core of the team, you're adding 2 new players to the team, you're adding on to the team. When you're replacing 3 players, this is a whole new team now, right? Yeah. Even just that 1 player difference is the difference between adding 2 players to a team and making a new team. Because what we've done is we made a new team, right? It's practically an entirely new team. So it was a big decision, and me and Arya, we talked about it, and Marty, we talked about it with him. And then we had all sort of decided that we think this is worth the risk, mainly because we have Crucial, who doesn't have a lot of big. He has no big league experience, very few LAN experience, and no big LAN experience. Right? Machine Gun, he has decent LAN experience, and the only big event they went to was like IEM Katowice, so very low LAN experience. Asilian's someone who's played in the top tier of European CS for a long time, right, for a couple of years now. He played in the Pro League, done all that stuff. He's gone to big LANs, right? He's done well on LAN. His teams have done well on LAN. And so we decided that it was worth it to make like a whole new team and bring in another player from Europe, because he had the winning mentality. He was extremely motivated, and he had the experience that we thought would be useful when you're bringing in players with no experience or very little experience. So we thought that would be really useful, and we know he can help out on the tactical side. So between Arya, Asilian, and Professor Chaos, we have no excuse for shitty tactics at this point, right? Like, we have 3 players who can in-game lead, who are good with tactics, all the stuff. And then between me, Crucial, and Machine Gun, we have insane fragging power. So our team is built really well now, and we thought that move was worth it. And so in a matter of like 24 hours, we had to cut Jason, which was really, really sad, because that he was supposed to be part of the team, right, originally, and then it was decided.
Yeah, that must have been. Oh, yeah, I can't wait to play with Machine Gun.
Oh, dude, I know it felt so bad to do. Honestly, I still feel like not like sick about it, having to do that. And that really sucked, but it was all within a space of like 24 hours. It was like, okay, you want to join? Okay. All right, let's do it. Sign him. Cut Jason.
Awesome, man. So look, I'm super psyched as well. Asilian's a great kid, like really
awesome. He's awesome.
Yeah, really.
Our
honestly.
whole team. All of
them. Look, I don't know if it'll happen straight away, but I hope you guys tough it out and give it a good, the good 3 to 6 month sweet spot before we even make any knee-jerk decisions from now on. I think you can definitely be a positive force in North America, even though you're barely a North American team at all now.
Like we're like the first like world team now.
Yeah, this is it, man. You're pretty cool. You're like a budget phase. But
kinda.
It's not a bad thing. Yeah. So look, obviously you've got to get going and get some rest before you get your tooth put in and everything else that's going to happen in the next few days. Do you have to do any shout outs to any sponsors or anything like that?
Just a huge shout out to Splyce and all of our sponsors for helping us out with this. Huge shout out to Marty for making all this possible. Super helpful through the entire process.
Tell him to unblock me. Tell him to fucking man up and unblock me. Stop being a pussy.
Okay.
Pass that on.
I'll just like send him this clip of the
Just stop being a fucking
just like
pussy.
Marty did.
Like if you want to talk, if you want to hang with Richard Lewis, he's gonna say some shit from time to time. That's just how it works.
All right, so yeah, huge shout out to him for being extremely helpful through this whole thing. Huge shout out to Jason and Abe and Professor Chaos. Jason and Abe for playing with us for so long. We accomplished a lot together as a team, as friends, as family. So huge shout out to them. And I guess that's it.
Right, and
I'm sure there'll be someone I forget, and they'll just be like, "Man, what the fuck?" Like,
you don't need to name all the friends and family. Like, say, you're not getting an award just yet.
Yeah, that's okay.
But what I'll say is, I've known Davey a little bit now. He's still one of the newer CS people that I've met. I think he's a real cool guy. Make sure you follow him on Twitter. He is a guy that will tweet his thoughts, despite being a pro. It's at Davey CSGO, Get there, let's bolster him. This guy should have at least the same amount of followers as me. It's a goddamn tragedy. But thanks to you for coming on, man. I know lots of people are gonna see that you are actually a fucking cool guy and not just another one of those nameless, faceless entities in North American CS. And Sam,
so happy.
and Sam, you've done a good job, mate.
Cheers,
you had one thing to do. Well, 2 things. You brought up the goon. That was good. But
actually, you didn't even know it. I fucked that up.
Did you fuck that up?
I didn't adjust the overlay, so when I went back, it was just our Skype log. Don't worry, it was nothing bad. That'll be edited. I'll just put your face on top of the chat log and pretend like it's
you better add. Let me just have a look on this. You're saying it's nothing bad. It's all the private stuff we were talking about.
No, it doesn't show that. It's just the last 4 messages I sent you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so everyone will know how much Crucial earns.
No, not that. No, not our Skype. Our Skype chat, the personal one.
Oh God, that's even worse. Like holy shit.
Luckily, all the badness is about 10 messages up.
Yeah, floated head over that, I think. So thanks a lot for coming on, Davey. All the best
no problem, man.
Splyce team. I'm sure everyone's psyched to see how you all do. Thanks to everyone for watching this VOD. We're going to try and be back doing ones a bit more regularly. I know I keep saying that. We do have the studio built. We've got a studio area for me now over in the E-League offices. We just haven't had time to get there and use it yet. This has been way more time efficient. But we're going to change that. We're going to get in there and do some proper shows. And, of course, just stay tuned to the YouTube channel. And we will see you on the next one. Peace.